This is Blue Devil Weekly. Hello and welcome to Blue Devil Weekly, exclusive here on MyWayneNews.com. I'm Mike Carnes. We're in the hallways here at Wayne Senior High School, and we're here to talk about Blue Devil athletics. On the big show this week, Adam Hoffman, the baseball coach, will talk to us about the Wayne Wakefield baseball team and their recent efforts on the diamond. We'll also talk to Dale Hochstein, the track and field coach. Kind of an interesting week for the track and field team. We'll tell you all about that as well. And also golf coach Dave Hicks scheduled to stop by as the Blue Devil golf team was in action with a couple of tournaments this past week. All that and more coming up on this week's edition of Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayneNews.com. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we'll talk with Adam Hoffman, the baseball coach, about the Wayne Wakefield baseball team and their recent efforts at home at Hankover Field. We'll do that after this time out here on MyWayneNews.com.
At Bank First, we're more than just a checking account or a loan. We understand that convenience is important, and our banking technologies help us do more for you, our customer. Bank First offers e-statements, online banking, bill pay, pop money, mobile banking, debit cards, plus mobile deposit, where you can easily deposit a check using your smartphone, anywhere, anytime. Visit our website to learn more. For financial peace of mind and convenience, come to Bank First, where it's a better way of banking.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayneNews.com, and time to talk baseball with Coach Adam Hoffman, the Wayne Blue Devils, the Wayne Wakefield baseball team, facing a couple of matchups this past week and coming up on the short end. Again, another close affair on Tuesday evening, losing to Thurston Cumming County 4-3 in 8 innings, and then losing to Platteview on Thursday 8-1. I guess, Coach, going back to that game on Tuesday against Thurston Cumming County, you guys came back. You're down 2-0. Came back with 2 in the 6th, tied it again in the 7th, and the third time wasn't the charm, I guess. But you guys, you've had so many opportunities this year. I think you're 0-11 right now, and I think there's probably maybe seven of those games where it's been one or two runs. You guys are you're right on the brink of something, and just can't seem to quite get it done. Yeah,
that's kind of been the way this year's gone, so far. But Tuesday's game, it was a good game, and the thing about this team is they never give up. They're always fighting. And we got a couple runs there in the 6th, and then we also got one there in the 7th. They came back and scored in the 7th. We responded with one, so that was good to see. It's always nice to see us answer back. Then they scored, and then it was time for us to answer again. We just didn't get that run across that we needed. But now we're looking at this is the end of the first half of the season's over with. There's a lot more for us out there, and that's the way we got to look at it and approach it. And it's time to we can't do anything about the first half of the season now, and it's time to get ready to go for that second half and get after it.
St. Jackson got the comeback started there in the 6th with a double that brought home Brendan O'Reilly, and then Tucker Nichols, who was running as a courtesy runner for Adam Bench, and scored on a single by Noah Braun to tie the game there in the 6th. And then in the 7th, Isaac Camarino reached base on a drop third strike, stole second, then scored on a single by Julio Sanchez to tie it up at 3. And then, as Coach said, the Thunder getting a run in the 8th inning, and Wayne Wakefield was not able to answer again, and they came up on the short end. Caden Korth with 2 hits in that ball game to lead the attack, and Julio Sanchez pitched really well in that game on Tuesday. Went 7 1/3, really threw well, and got a no decision out of the deal, or took the loss in that game, and but pitched really well in a losing effort.
Yeah, absolutely. He really did pitch well. His last 2 outings have been really good, and that's we got to keep having. We got to keep having him pitch well, and that's the thing. Our pitchers have been giving us good outings, and pitching to contact really well, and so now it's just time for us to get those guys a win.
And the game on Thursday, the Blue Devils playing Platteview at Hankover Field. It was actually a close game early on, and kind of the play of the game, kind of a really. I'm still trying to figure out how this got called the way it did. Pop fly in the infield. The ball bounces in front of your first baseman, rolls sideways into foul territory, and the home plate umpire calls it a fair ball, saying that it ricocheted off the first baseman's glove, and the first baseman was nowhere near the play. It was really kind of frustrating, and unfortunately, it kind of opened the door for Platteview. They scored 4 runs in the inning, and that was kind of the I don't know if you call it the play of the game, but really it could have been a potential third out for you, and instead they get 4 runs out of the deal.
Yeah, that was kind of the turning point of that game. It was one of a bizarre play that you don't usually see, with the wind the way it was. It was just kind of a crazy play, you know, like I said, bizarre, and didn't work out in our favor. You know, you hate to see that, but you just gotta keep fighting, keep working through. And I thought our kids did a good job of that. You know, they ended up getting 4 runs, which you know, changed the outcome of, you know, our philosophy of our offense and stuff, and so you just got to keep fighting through that stuff. Those things are going to happen every once in a while, and you just can't let it affect your play, and you just got to keep moving on.
Tyler Ludd had an RBI single there to help the Blue Devils avoid the shutout there in that game, and as we said, the Wayne Wakefield team now 0-11 on the season. Got 2 home games coming up this week. One will be at Hankover Field. That'll be Thursday at 7 o'clock against Norfolk, and then on Saturday we'll head over to Eaton Field in Wakefield to play a game there against Seward at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It's neat that this co-op agreement, I think, is in its 3rd year here, and it's neat that you guys are able to play a couple of games over at Eaton Field. It's obviously one of the, you know, I think Eaton Field and Hank Overton Field are probably 2 of the best baseball community ballparks in the state of Nebraska, bar none, and so an opportunity to play on that field as well. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody involved.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky to be able to have 2 fields that you can rely on. You know, that's one thing that I've always wanted to do is get a tournament where we can be at both sites, since we got, you know, 2 fields that are only 10 miles apart, and like I said, you know, you're right, they're 2 of the best that there are in the state, so we'd like to utilize them and as much as we can.
These games this weekend, you played Norfolk, played pretty well against them, lost really a great pitcher's battle when you played in Norfolk here a week or 2 ago, and so you got a chance to avenge that loss, and then Seward's got a pretty decent team, so it'll be a couple of interesting ball games this week.
Yeah, you know, it'll both be 2 challenging games. You know, we're expecting probably maybe to see the same pitcher against with Norfolk, and we're looking forward to that and get one back there. And then, you know, you always know Seward's gonna bring a good squad in, and it'll be another challenge. And you know, we're looking forward to, like I told the guys, you know, this is the start of the second half of the season, and you can't do anything about the past, but we can sure as heck do something about the future. And you know, and there's a lot out there for us, and a lot of opportunities to get something going here.
All right, well, good luck this week, and hopefully we get a win to talk about next week.
Thanks a lot, appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a time out and have more here on Blue Devil Weekly right after this time out on MyWayneNews.com. The Wayne Herald is your source for all the news going on in Wayne and Wayne County. We cover the city and county, from government to community events. We also cover Wayne High School events and athletics, as well as high school sports at Laurel, Wakefield, Allen, and Winside. And we also provide the area's best coverage of Wayne State College sports and events. When it comes to Wayne, nobody covers it better than the Wayne Herald and Morning Shopper. Get your subscription now by calling area code 402-375-2600, and also check us out on the web at MyWayneNews.com. Welcome back to Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayneNews.com. It's time to talk track and field with Coach Dale Hookstein. The Blue Devil track and field team had 2 meets this past week. They had their own invitational here at Wayne High School, and then kind of an interesting turn of events here this past week. I've seen track meets rained out, snowed out, lightninged out. I think I've even seen one tornadoed out, but I've never seen one smoked out before. And the Blue Devils were supposed to go to Elkhorn on Thursday, and that meet got smoked out because of prairie fires down in Kansas. The smoke had made its way into the Omaha area and made things kind of difficult, and so you guys kind of did a plan B and went up to Homer and did pretty well there.
Right, we did. We got a call late in the morning that the Omaha schools said that they wouldn't allow their kids to run because of the air quality, and so Elkhorn decided to cancel their meet. So we quickly called Homer, since we knew they were hosting a meet that day, and we're fortunate that they allowed us in, and we had a good day.
Had a very good day there. First off, looking at Tuesday's events, Wayne was 4th in the boys' action in out of 6 teams, and the girls finished 3rd. The only wins for the Wayne track team was Sydney Biggerstaff in the 100-meter hurdles, and the 3,200-meter girls relay team placed first to highlight the day for Wayne there. But then on Thursday, the meet at Homer, Wayne did very well there, taking kind of doing a different scoring system there, where normally you only give points to the top 6 or top 8 individuals. They basically scored everybody in the meet, and using a true scoring system. And Wayne High's girls came away with the team title, or Wayne High's boys, came away with the team title with 625.5 points to Ponca's 604.5. And then on the girls' side, Ponca won there 612.5 to Wayne's 608. So it's kind of a different format when everybody gets to score points in that meet. But it kind of shows the depth of both teams when you're able to score as high as you did and finish as high as you did in that meet.
Right. there's a meet limit of 9 meets per year, and so we kind of split our kids up. We had to watch it, so some of the kids ran on Tuesday, some of the kids ran on Thursday. And our kids that ran here on Tuesday did a really nice job. We had kept some of our top kids to go to Elkhorn. We didn't have a full squad, and went over there, and the kids that were there all performed very well. Had a lot of PRs, and that's what we're looking for at this time of year, and that's why we really wanted to get in a meet that day, because we knew the kids were ready to go. And so we had some great throws. So their marks for the Northeast Classic went up, and everything. So it was a great day for us to get into a meet, and we were just glad that Homer would allow us to do that.
And in the girls' action, Tara Stegeman wins the 100-meter dash and the high jump. Kylie Hammer taking the 200 and the triple jump, and she improved her school record in that event, going 35 feet 6.5 inches. Gabby Meyer wins the 800. Marcella Zgurtich winning the 3200, and Jenna Trenhale taking first in the discus. And then just to dominate the throwing events, Danica Schaefer winning the shot put. So in boys' action, Wayne gets wins from Christian Rogers in the 100, Jacob Dahm in both hurdle events, and then Grayson McBride swept all three jumps, the high jump, the triple jump, and the long jump, and then Nolan Reynolds won the pole vault. So I mean, field events, you guys, your top athletes in each of those events all did very, very well for you.
Right, and that's one thing that's really helped, especially our girls' side this year. Well, our guys' side too. When you have someone placing the high, triple, long jump, and then coming back, and our throws picking up a place or two. Our girls have been placing in almost every field event. So when you do that and you head to the track and you've scored 30, 40 points, it makes it nice on the runners, and they feel more competitive. Everything's up and running for them. So.
And we've got the Skylar meet coming up this week, and then that's kind of the last one before the Northeast Classic.
Yes, it is. We'll go down there. We'll see SCOTUS. We'll see Aquinas. We usually see Blair, Lakeview. So we see some good competition down there, and give us a chance to run against them, and hopefully bring some times down for the Classic the following week. We also have a JV meet scheduled that day for our younger kids. When our events get full, we basically take our top three in most events to Schuyler, and then the rest of them we take over to Ponca. We run in a JV meet there. So everybody will be active on Thursday.
All right, and then that'll be the last meet before the Northeast Classic. I know that you probably got Kylie Hammer probably will be going in the triple jump, and probably have a number of kids that will be qualified for that big meet that kind of features the best of the best here in Northeast Nebraska.
Right, they take the top 8 in your lane events and in your field events, and then they take the top 12 in the alley events, 8, 16, and 32. And currently our relays, distance relays, mid-distance relays are sitting pretty well on the girls' side. We've got throwers that are in the top 8 currently, and so as well as the people that you mentioned. So we've got people all the way along. Pretty much in every event that we could have over there. So it could be a full day of work for them. We try to bring them back just a little bit, since on Saturday that week then we have conference in O'Neill. So we'll have to wait and see where they're all qualified, how we want to put things together, and where we want to run people, so we're also ready Saturday. Yeah,
well, it's hard to believe we're almost at the end of the season here. When you start talking Northeast Classic, that means that conference districts and state are just right around the corner.
Right. May's going to be here before we know it, and hopefully we're ready to go.
All right, well, good luck this week in Schuyler, and hopefully we'll have some good stuff to talk about next week.
Sounds good.
All right,
thanks, Mike.
We'll take a time out and have more here on Blue Devil Weekly right after this time out on MyWayneNews.com. When it comes to the best local coverage, only one online source is a slam dunk for the people of Wayne County, and the surrounding area, and that's MyWayneNews.com. From our exclusive Wayne State Coaches Show to breaking news of area news and sports events, MyWayneNews.com is your trusted source to keep up to date on news in Wayne, Wakefield, Winside, Laurel, Allen, and the surrounding communities. And for complete award-winning coverage and commentary, turn to the Wayne Herald, our weekly newspaper devoted to covering Wayne County for more than 125 years. Whether it's print or online, we are your go-to source for all the local news, sports, and events happening in our area. The Wayne Herald and MyWayneNews.com, an unbeatable combination. Welcome back to Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayneNews.com. It's time to talk boys golf with Coach Dave Hicks. The Blue Devil golf team hitting the links this past week. They headed up to Laurel for a meet on Thursday, and then over to Albion on Saturday for a tournament there. And that's a little bit of I guess bouncing around the map there a little bit, going north one day, south the next.
We kind of do that quite a bit. We'll do a lot of traveling this week too. So. That's just the way it is. Yeah.
The Blue Devil golfers finishing 9th out of 13 teams at Laurel on Thursday, led by Garrett Reynolds. Garrett Reynolds shot a 97 to lead the way for the Blue Devils. Zach Urbanic shooting a 104. Jace Munzel with a 105. Jonah Brodesson 107, and Peyton DeWald 113. Kind of a windy day out there on the course Thursday, and that's kind of a challenging course when you throw the wind in there.
Yeah, all last week was just kind of a wind factor on everything that we did last week, but Laurel's not a real tough course, but it's you've got to manage yourself around it, and when the wind comes into play, it's going to push the ball and move it, and the long hitters probably get in more trouble than the short knockers, but you got to just be able to keep it between the trees, and they don't grow a lot of trees in the fairways, and I keep telling the kids that, but and if you do, you can't try to get through them. You just got to take your punishment and get back out in the fairway and keep moving.
Now the fairway, that's the short grass, right?
That's usually it is.
Okay, I've never seen it. I play golf all the time, and I very rarely ever find myself out there.
You have all kinds of those shots. Then you don't have to. If you hit it in the middle all the time, it's easy. It's when you get into those.
That's what I hear. Yeah. It's one of those things where if I'm out there, it's usually either by accident or I'm going to get the drink cart girl to get a drink. So on Saturday, the Blue Devils headed out to Albion and finished 12th out of 14 teams there. Jason Munzel leading the way with a 112. Zach Urbanic a 113, Jonah Broderson 116, Peyton DeWald 124, and Austin Furnow playing varsity for the first time shot a 146. And it's actually a pretty easy course there at Albion, but again, if you get in trouble there, it can be a lot tougher than it looks.
Yeah, we had quite a few penalty strokes. We putted. I mean, it was absolutely pathetic. I mean, I think we averaged each player out about 42 putts up around, which is not good. So, I mean, we can get 10 strokes off of that, just, that you just bring your score down 10 strokes. But we've got a lot of other things to work on. But it wasn't a good day. I mean, Garrett wasn't there because he was at Power Drive, and we had prom that night, so they're worried about getting back. So, it's just one of those things where it's you always run into that in the spring.
Yeah. Now you guys are playing in Blair on Tuesday, and Laurel and Albion courses are fairly easy by comparison to Blair's course. Blair is a tough track to play on, and so these guys are going to get a good test and kind of see what golf's really all about there on Tuesday.
Yeah, I've had a scouting report for Blair for a long time on the course because there's a lot of blind shots you get into. You don't know where the hole's at off the tee, and there's traps out there that you can't just pull out a driver and hit. So hopefully they'll follow that, and they can just we can guide them through it a little bit at a time.
You bet. Well, busy week of golf for the golfers as they continue on through the 2016 season. And again, tough meet coming up here on Tuesday at the Blair Invitational. Hopefully we'll have some good scores to talk about next week.
Yeah, that'd be great. Then we end up going right Thursday, go to Norfolk Country Club, which isn't an easy track either.
No, that's not an easy track either.
So we're road warriors this week. Blair, Norfolk, and then go to Pierce on Saturday. So it's just the way it is for golf in the spring.
Getting to be that time of year, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, good luck this week, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a time out and have more here on Blue Devil Weekly right after this time out on MyWayNews.com. Welcome back to Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayNews.com. Closing things down for another week. I want to thank our coaches for taking the time to talk with us about their sports teams here at Wayne High School, and wish all the athletes the best of luck here as we get down to the last month of the season. It's hard to believe that the spring sports season is already almost over and just about done with the school year as well. So it'll be done before we know it, and then we'll have a whole summer to look back on a great year of sports here at Wayne High School. Hey, before we close things down here, did want to congratulate the prom king and queen here at Wayne Senior High School for 2016. Congratulations to King Cole Koenig. Let's say that 3 times fast. King Cole Koenig and Queen Meg Osnes. Congratulations to both of those young people on being selected as the prom royalty here at Wayne High School for 2016. That'll do it for this week's edition of Blue Devil Weekly on MyWayNews.com, and we'll check you out again next week here on MyWayNews.com, here from the hallways here at Wayne Senior High School. Until then, this is Mike Carnes saying we'll see you later.